Curious, setting the stage. The philosophy of the Mediterranean and the spiritual traditions of ancient India developed in near total isolation. Separated by vast geography and centuries of time, these two worlds had no known contact. In Rome, Stoic practice spanned the social spectrum. It guided Epictetus, who began his life as a slave, and it anchored Marcus Aurelius, an emperor ruling a domain that stretched from Scotland to the Middle East. Centuries earlier, Siddhartha Gautama faced a different crisis. Born into Himalayan royalty and shielded from all pain, he eventually stepped outside his palace to find a world of sickness and decay, an experience that shattered his understanding of existence. Despite their disparate cultures and social ranks, these figures arrived at the same conclusion. They recognized that no matter the era, every human life eventually collides with the reality of suffering and loss. Analytical and clear, both traditions independently reached a conclusion that challenges our basic instincts. They argued that external events, even tragedies, do not possess the power to cause psychological pain. The turbulence occurs entirely within our response. The Stoics localized this problem in our faculty of judgment. They taught that we suffer only when we attach negative stories to neutral external facts. If we lose a job or face an insult, it is our opinion of that event, not the event itself, that creates the sting. The Buddhist diagnosis centers on dukkha, a fundamental unsatisfactoriness fueled by clinging. Because we try to trap and hold on to experiences that are naturally temporary, we create a loop of endless friction. To break this loop, both paths demand an intense focus on the present. By training the mind to inhabit the current moment, practitioners aim to silence the anxiety of what might happen and the regret of what already has. For these traditions, the mind is the primary site where suffering is generated. Consequently, they propose that mastering our internal perception is the necessary starting point for any person seeking freedom. While they agree on the source of the problem, the two paths offer different treatments. Their most significant disagreement concerns the very nature of who we are. Stoicism builds a structure around a sovereign self. Practitioners focus on the hegemonokikon, the ruling rational faculty. Marcus Aurelius himself viewed this as an inner citadel, a space that cannot be breached without the owner's consent. The Stoic method for handling emotion relies on logical interrogation. Instead of simply feeling anger or grief, the practitioner analyzes the judgment behind it, using reason to correct narratives that exaggerate the harm being done. This internal discipline is designed for active engagement. By maintaining this rigid inner structure, a Stoic can fulfill their civic responsibilities and navigate worldly chaos without their character breaking under the pressure. The Stoic path seeks to forge an unbreakable, rational self that can provide its own stability, regardless of the storms occurring outside the fortress walls. Buddhism takes an opposite approach through the concept of anatta, or no self. This tradition claims that the solid, permanent identity we work so hard to protect is actually an illusion. In this view, the self functions as a temporary, flowing process. Like a river, the mind is a stream of ever-changing sensations and thoughts that never hold still long enough to form a fixed, permanent entity. Buddhist mindfulness treats negative emotions as passing weather. Instead of using reason to rewrite a story, the practitioner observes the feeling arise and dissolve. Because they do not identify with the emotion, they allow it to pass through the stream without meeting resistance. This path aims to extinguish suffering not by building a defense, but by realizing there is no separate self for the storm to hit in the first place. Modern psychology often combines these perspectives. Cognitive behavioral therapy frequently utilizes Stoic techniques for reframing thoughts, while simultaneously teaching Buddhist methods for observing them without judgment. For the modern individual, Stoicism provides a clear framework for action. Its emphasis on duty and responsibility offers a way to confront adversity and engage with the demands of a career or community. Buddhism offers a different depth, providing methods for letting go of the need for control. It allows for a way to navigate deep uncertainty and find quiet in the present moment when the world offers no easy answers. Many practitioners now choose to integrate both, applying Stoic discipline to their outward duties and Buddhist non-attachment to their internal reflections. By drawing on the insights of both Athens and India, it is possible to build a comprehensive approach to life, one that handles the noise of the world with courage and the silence of the mind with peace. Both traditions have survived for millennia because they address the same core human struggle. As you navigate your own, which of these two paths speaks most clearly to you?